700 feet, bear right onto Kayala Drive and then immediately turn left. Bear right onto Kayala Drive and then immediately.
きます。
あれ山？
おいしい。
これ焼くに4枚半ぐらいしようかな。
Watching the waves, I wonder, but in your eyes I see no pain. You're a holiday, a break from the rain, sipping your sunshine from taking away in the water. Finally I can breathe again. You're a dream. Hard working every day. I'm stressed out 24/7, babe. No timeouts. Wish we could fly away. You and I go to our favorite place. Oh yeah. Make special memories together. I'll be your company now and forever. I say we fly away. You and me go to our favorite place. Feeling the sun on my face in Hawaii. With you, Hawaii. With you, Hawaii. With you, Hawaii. I need a summer breeze, some fresh air to put my mind at ease. No cares. You wanna come with me? Me and you go to our favorite tree. Are you ready now? We jump on a plane now. We're taking away. Yeah, we're taking away. Don't hesitate now. We're taking away. Yeah, we're taking away. We'll never come down. We're going away. Yeah, we're going away. You and me. Feeling the sun on my face in Hawaii. With you, Hawaii. With you, Hawaii. With you, Hawaii. We won't ever come down. We won't ever come down low. Running from a ghost town where we never feel high, just low. We won't ever come down. We won't ever come down low. Feeling the sun on my face in Hawaii.
ってない。
うん
これでだって買ってほしい。
確かに初めて見た。
それしたら小分けにして配りやすいやつしてた。
でかわいい。Thank you. はい。
What's the secret to this life? I struggle to do right. Anyone lend me a hand? I can't stop
ちっちゃい。一番売れてるのに 2XL やから。
ほんまや。
eating me up every time it gets dark. Anyone so alone. What's the secret to this life? I struggle to do
かわいいよね。Yes.
Anyone lend me a
しい。
麺が美味しい。
麺が美味しい。
I stumble and can't get up, fall into the song.
へえ。
This time I think I had enough.
ちょっと分厚いやつ。
Down in the dark, lights fading, but I'm holding on.
Daddy's a whole year older than Mommy. And Miss Katrina and Miss Leanne are like 10 years older than Mommy and Daddy.
ベストマラサダ
うん。
インワイキ
うん。なんか美味しいらしいよ。この。確かに。
Me and my friends are waiting in line, sharing one last blue camel. Don't have any money, but we're going out. Yeah, we saved up every penny.
ああ、なるほどね。
スケートはい
かわいい。
写真撮ったのか見ていい美味しい。
美味しい。
Lovers, 'cause under the covers, baby, you're showing me. Having me feel less, no one can hear us. You're throwing the pillars through the floor. Now put your loving, loving, loving on me. Yeah, loving on me. Maybe you won't see me get emotional. And sometimes I pretend I'm just above it all. But I want you lying next to me. Yeah, I want your body, body, body too. Yeah, body too. And baby, please don't think I'll run away from you. It's just sometimes I get scared to dive into it. I want you lying next to me. Yeah, I want your body, body, your body too. Yeah, body too.